Hello viewers, welcome to my... I'm really tired and I was kind of down for a bit, and I'm still a bit down because I don't really cope very well with house sitting, because I sort of, like, when mum and dad just go away for a couple of days, I end up house sitting with Jack. Hello Jack, Space Cat is here in the room, and I get a bit down sometimes. So I've started work on a new fan art picture, but this time I'm trying to learn stuff and techniques from my new books. If you saw my book haul on my other channel, Curiosity Rex, then I'm trying to just learn a few more techniques. So I've started the picture, but it's just in pencil at the moment, and I've got Clara's face done, and I'm just sort of drawing things out and swapping around the composition at the moment. So you'll have to be patient for my big Doctor Who artworks on my blog, because obviously I do my comic every week, but the bigger artworks I'm going to try and take more time over them, so you'll have to be patient to see those, and I'll have to be patient to not try and show everybody when I'm not done yet. So yeah, that's why I look a bit scraggy, because last week I managed to have a shower and do my self-care about in the couple of hours before the show, but this time I was just tired. But Space Cat's here. So in this video I did say this is my Who Ventures channel, didn't I? Yeah, so in this video I'm reviewing Series 9, Episode 6, The Woman Who Lived. Oh, I haven't wrote my rating in yet. I'm going to give it 10 out of 10, because even though my mood's a bit flat, if my muscles and mood was better, then it would get a 10 out of 10, because I did really enjoy it. So we start off with the pre-credit sequence. So this episode was Clara Light, so she wasn't in it until the last minute. So we started off with a carriage with lots of horses, and then the Nightmare Highwayman, which we can obviously see as a Shilda, but she's putting a funny voice on. That wasn't quite explained. I think that was maybe Lenny the Lion who was doing the voice for her. Possibly, yeah, I think it was Lenny the Lion who was doing the voice for her. And she's the Nightmare Highwayman, and then the Doctor's built another gadget which looked really cool. It looked like he's got an attachment of a microscope with the 3 dials on, so that was cool. And then he ends up trampling right through this garage. I thought that was funny. And says, "Oh, I'm just passing through like fish in the night. Hang on, no, wait, it's ships." I thought that was good. And Clara's taking the Year 7s for Taekwondo. And then Ishilda and the Doctor are looking for this treasure, and says, "Go up and share it." And then Ishilda says, "What took you so long, old man?" And then we get the credits. And then I liked this episode. It was all how the Doctor made Ishilda immortal, but then left her. And even though he was hanging around for some bits, he didn't help her. It showed how kind of cruel the Doctor can be. And the Doctor seemed like horrible for ages, but until they actually opened up and came to an understanding between themselves. And she founded a leper colony, so she was doing some good stuff, and the Doctor was there but didn't help her. And the year that we're in presently in this episode, 1651, and she thought he'd come to fetch her so she could go off with him in the TARDIS, but he hadn't. She was disappointed. And then we had this thing where Ishilda starts saying, "Who's Ishilda? I'm known as me," and that's very much like Arya Stark when she goes to to see, forgotten what it's called, the big priest thing where they tell her you're not how you start, you know one. So I thought it was similar to that. And then she's got a big mansion with a servant butler guy in a big house, and the doctor's gadget is called the curio scanner. It scans for curios. So I think he's probably scanning for Curiosity Box, because I wonder where Curiosity Box is this time. So yeah, I like that. Ancient amulet, the beef look for ancient amulet, and she rubs her adventures, and then stuff about paperwork and backgammon, and I think she's awesome. And this episode was a bit like sort of showing how cool a female doctor would be. So, and I've really enjoyed it. And the shelter is superb. And the pterodactyls started the Great Fire of London. Now the pterodactyls, I think, because I saw a reference to it, like somebody said that pterodactyls are also liney guys, so that's interesting. And Isilda says that Hal is losing the people she loved, and it turns out she had babies, but they died in the plague. And then she got hardened to that, and she kept begging the doctor to take her with him. And then they go to rob this person called Lucy Fanshawe, who's got this jewellery thing. And then the doctor reads Isilda's journals, and then there's the liony guy and the journals. I don't know how to describe things tonight, because I don't know where my head is at tonight. But yeah, the journals are sad because she found pages with tears, and because she got no more human memories, she rips out the pages with the bad memories on. The liony guy in the bushes was going to do something with the artifact, and then I've got square brackets in, but the doctor's learning how he has to let go of Clara. But a shoulder behind the gates on the picture at the end. I wonder if Clara's going to just be alive. I wonder if their ending is going to be a nice one, and she's just going to like be alive and enjoy life. But I don't know, but it also could indicate that he's learning that he can't have Clara forever, and he's got to learn to let go, so I'm not sure. And then there's the house breaking, and the shelter's sidekick, and he's got his own mask because he's fixed his sonic sunglasses. And then she found that she hasn't given the immortality tablet to anyone because no one's good enough, because how'd you pick just one person? She couldn't give it to just one of her babies because she had 3 babies. And how can she just give it to one of her babies? So she can't do that. And the sad thing is that she asked to give it to Sam Swift, who she doesn't even like that much, because she's waited so long. And well, like, how do you give it to some that she's ended up with a sort of a dud, which I was sad for her that she ended up with having to. But Captain Jack's gonna turn up and say hello, I think. And there's the sparkly jaw thing is the eyes of Hades, sparkly jaw. And then they get stuck in the room with the sleeping man. And I like the dynamic of the Doctor with Isilda. Maisie was really excellent in this episode, and I'm really glad she's an immortal of it being their character in the universe now. Because I think it would be mega huge if my character, which does have a vortex manipulator, I think in the cartoon universe I might have to represent us like meeting up for a bit. maybe, because that'd be fun. And then and then the doctor's feet was hanging out the bottom of the chimney, and she asked him how many people he's lost, and he said, how many Claras? Well, a few billion Claras. So quite a few billion Claras probably. And then Isilda fears no hangman, he said. Then Sam, but she said that when she was dead in nightmares. I don't know when she said it. My head's not here today. Sam Swift was Rufus Hound, and the doctor starts saying, no puns, no banter. It's just funny. It was continuing the theme of being sort of a comedy episode, so that was good. And then Isilda is pretending to be a boy, and the doctor's saying, I'm not his dad, I'm his sidekick. And then the nightmare doesn't want the doctor as an enemy, because no, you don't want the doctor as an enemy. And then she says, shut up, you're not my dad. And it reminds me of the EastEnders scene. Yes, I am. And then, hang on a minute, I have to go pee. Yes, I am including that in the video, even if it's gross, so I'll see you. And we're back. Just put the volume down again. Yes. So, we get back to the mansion, and Isilda's all dressed up in a fancy pink dress, and she has a butler called Clayton. And Pink, you're coming down or something? And the doctor says, we make a great team. And she says, well, take me with you then. And she said, please get me out of this life. And he says, no, because it won't be very good. And then he notices, have you got a cat? It sounds like a very big cat. And it's the lion guy. And it turns out the lion guy is called Leandro, and he's hot. I love lion guys. Apparently the pterodactyls are lion guys, but I haven't seen that episode yet. But I love lion guys. Beauty and the Beast, he's so much hotter as the Beast rather than as the Prince. I love lion guys, they're hot. So, yeah. And he's called Leandro. Nice. And he says, no, I have no quarrel with you, Doctor. And Leandro's from Delta Leonis. So basically it's Thundercats, 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 ho! It's Thundercats, basically. And then the plan is to open a portal and travel the galaxy with this lion guy. So, and then I'm not quite sure how Isilda thinks she's going to travel the universe, why the lion guy's suddenly going to give her a spaceship or something. And then a death is required for the amulet to open the portal. So at first we think that she's going to sacrifice Clayton, but she likes him and she's not actually going to do that. And then the doctor's like horrified and said, you abandoned me. And he said, but I just saved a terrified girl. And this just seems really cruel, this episode. The doctor, it just takes him ages to get the compassion. It takes them ages to like work out what they want. And then she's got these two comedy soldiers. They were fun. I did enjoy that. And they wanted the doctor, and it says, oh dear, always the quiet ones. Not quite sure what that was in reference to with Clayton. He comes in and says, oh dear, always the quiet ones. It's like, I'm not quite sure whether he was referring to the doctor or the shoulder or the soldiers. I wasn't quite sure. Or he's referring to a shoulder tying up the doctor. doctor maybe. And then the doctor had psychic paper, but I've forgotten what he said. And there's a bounty on his head for £20. Is that all? And obviously £20 was a ton of money in them days. And he says, I can get you £30 for these soldiers. And then the doctor is going off on a horse. I wonder if Peter actually got on a real horse this time or not. But he's going to get Sam Swift. He was reeling off the jokes. Says, at least you can say I was well hung. He's reeling off these bad jokes. And then Maisie's there, and I've forgotten the reason. Maisie kissed Sam Swift, and Rufus Hound, I know, fair enough, it's acting, but it just squicked me out a bit. It's like, because Maisie's like, oh, this is so patronising now, but oh, this little Maisie, ew, Rufus Hound's kissing Maisie on the lips. Oh, it just squicked me out, but I know it's acting. No, it's nothing to get fussed about. What is like, not sure if it was appropriate, if it needed it for the story, really. And then there starts all these doctor, what do you call? So the doctor jokes were sort of funny. I didn't quite get it why he was making doctor jokes, but as long as that amuses the crowd, they won't want him hanged, because they'll want to keep hearing the jokes. So, big nose, big handkerchief. That was quite interesting. I'm not quite sure why. And then the doctor does his circuit paper and gets Sam Swift pardoned. Then Ashilda whacks the jewel on Sam Swift, and Sam Swift's life force starts to open a portal to space, but spaceships are coming through the rift. The Thundercats are coming, all the liony guys are coming. And Ashilda says, oh no, oh God, I actually do care. And then he's got through to her heart, and she says, do something, Doctor. And then they reverse Sam Swift's death with the immortality tablet, which closes the portal. But now she's stuck with Sam Swift. I don't know if she's going to carry on hanging round with him, but she's got to keep an eye on him too, because we don't know what he's going to get up to. And I thought it was a shame she used it on him instead to like someone she actually loves and cares about. So I thought that was sad for her. And then the doctor was still refusing to take her with him, and then they have a sit down and actually have a good proper conversation. And it talks about how humans are the mayflies and how they know how precious life is, and how that we've got to save people, or we've got to take a moment to appreciate stuff. And I thought that was beautiful, and I really liked that. And then he mentions Captain Jack. Oh, and then Shield said our perspectives are too vast. I thought that was good. I wasn't quite sure what it meant though. And then Captain Jack Harkness is mentioned. I loved the look on Peter Capaldi's face, on the doctor's face there. He was like, oh, Jack, what is he like? I thought that was good. And he says, oh, you'll get round to you eventually. I thought that was cute. And, oh, sweet. And then Ashilda's going to be the patron saint of the doctor's leftovers. So she's going to go and make sure Donna's okay, make sure Amy and Rory are having a good time. So eventually she's going to catch up, because she can't actually bounce between times. So eventually she's going to be checking in on Amy and Rory, and eventually she's going to check on Rose, and then if see that she's all travelled all the way into the present, and she's looking after Clara, which means the doctor says goodbye to Clara. But does that give an indication to the audience? Now, does that mean that she's there because Clara's going to something's going to happen, or she's there because Clara's said goodbye to the doctor. But she hasn't said goodbye to the doctor at that point, but she's there because Clara's going to leave the doctor. So I am confused about that bit. And she says, it's friends you have to watch out for. And then there's more guitar, and he's playing a sad song, and then he's playing, and the acoustics in the TARDIS with the guitar are amazing. I love the guitarness. I love all the guitar this season. It's wonderful. Then Clara's here, and one of the pupils got an A on an essay. I forgot who she wrote the essay now about. Did she say she wrote the essay about Winston Churchill? Because if she did, I hope she mentioned he was in favour of eugenics. I don't know, I don't remember what she wrote the essay on now. And she sent him a selfie and said, oh, a selfie? And you got any sherbet lemons? Or can I have a Ferrari? And then she shows him the phone of the selfie on, and there's a shoulder in the background looking after Clara. And I thought that was cute. And he says, I missed you, Clara Oswald, and they have a cuddle in the TARDIS. So I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a good way of showing what it would be like to have a female doctor, and that it would be absolutely awesome, and it would still be incredibly awesome. So, and I'm glad we've got another sort of immortal in the universe, and it's Maisie. I'm really pleased that it's Maisie. So there's lots of stories we can do for fan art and fan fiction and all these bits with Lucy Captain Jack. So we've got a ton of material we can use for fan art and fan fiction. So that's what I love about Doctor Who, that it isn't just a contained story and that's it, that's all you get, that's the whole of the story on the screen. It gives us like gaps in time blocks to create a ton of fan fiction and fan art and explore new avenues. That's what I love the most about Doctor Who. I'm going to get Space Cat. He might be grumpy because he's having a bit of a doze, but I'm going to get Space Cat so he can say hello to you all. I want to cuddle. We're going to say hello. I'm going to say hello to our wonderful viewers. Hello. You say hello. What did you think of the Doctor Who episode this week? Did you like it? I gave it a 10 out of 10. What's your rating? Do you want to sit down and tell them your rating? You can tell them your rating, or are you tired like me? So, this is my cat. Look at the camera. Hello Rufus Hound, this is Jet. Hi Maisie. Look at the camera. This is Jet and he is a big fan. So this is your episode, this is your weekly Jet show as part of my Who Ventures reviews. Now you burying? Yeah. Are you burying? Are you digging your nails into my leg? Yeah. So let's have a moment to cuddle the cat. What did you think of the episode? Did you enjoy Maisie Williams in it? I like your ears, they're all flappy ears. Flappy ears, flappy ears. Ow, your nails are in my leg. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy, you're my baby. I made a new game up. Wow, the to glued my mouth to his head game. It's really good. Mm. Mm. You're the good boy. Oh, you're good boy. You're a good boy. You're my best boy. Yeah, you're my big. I think we have to stop the video at some point though, don't we? We can't just have it the jet show. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video while I rest my chin in his bum. I hope you have enjoyed this video and thank you for watching, everybody. Yeah, are you going to say anything, Jack? Meow. 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 Shall I speak for you? Meow. Meow. I love you, I love you, I love my kitty, my kitty, my kitty, my kitty. How I tell you? I love my kitty. Look, Jack's on my top. There's a picture of you on my pajama top. I love my kitty, my kitty, my kitty. Yay, so that was my kitty. Thank you for watching, everybody. Yay, see you next week.